Hey guys, Woodcraftsman here, and a little bit of update on the fisheye issue that I had posted in the previous video to this one. Yeah, basically my theory had confirmed that it was either the new air hose or the new air nozzle. I haven't figured out exactly which one it is yet, which one of the two, but these all here were dusted off now with the old 3/8 Flexilla hose and the Husky air nozzle. So I had a couple that still showed up yet, but I'm thinking it's just I didn't get it wiped down good enough. I did talk to Chemical Coatings Group technical service, and they did say that I should be fine using lacquer thinner to rub down and degrease the vinyl sealer surface, and then redust as necessary. And like I said, it worked out really well for the most part. I still got a couple spots here that showed up, but it could be that I know I wasn't being very liberal with the lacquer thinner just because I didn't want to soften the vinyl sealer, so that is on my behalf. But I just got a couple spots. Like I said, this one here has got one, but none of the cabinets have it. And here's one of the shelves at random, and I don't seem to really see it on the shelves here either. So like I said, I've gone through these cabinets, they don't have it. This here is a raised panel end, so this obviously this gets exposed, and I didn't see any on this one here either. So I think we're good to go. So here's another raised panel end. Yeah, it's as smooth as a baby's bottom. So anyways, so that's kind of what I've come up with. You know, as far as why it happened, you know, it's one of them things that something you just take for granted. You think a new air hose, a new nozzle shouldn't be an issue, especially if you don't show any evidence of it being an issue, as far as any residue that you could noticeably see. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the conclusion. It was the new legacy air nozzle and the new Flexilla hose. To be determined yet whether it's the actual hose or air nozzle. That'll be determined later on yet, because this Flexilla air hose also had a new legacy nozzle, and I was dusting parts off here as well in this area, so it could have been both nozzles. But to play it safe, after I discovered the Fisheyes, I had degreased everything with lacquer thinner, and then used the old hose and air nozzle. So, but yeah, so this is just a natural oak job. It's pretty rare that we do natural, but this is what the customer wanted. So it's going into a basement of the house that we did earlier this year, that I have a video on where I did a walkthrough of the kitchen only. So this is actually going in the basement around a fireplace. So that's why you see some wider styles, wider than normal, because there's gonna be brick going up to this yet. So all finished interiors. So yeah, so I think I figured it out. So hopefully, I don't know if it's really any help to anybody, but it's just one of them things that I really took for granted, was the fact of new air hose and new nozzle. Should have never thought that that could have caused an issue, but it did. So evidently, anytime I introduce something new for anything like this here, I'm going to go through a lot more scrutinization just to make sure that it's not going to cause an issue. So, and it could be just a fluke thing, but I don't necessarily believe in fluke. So yep, wish you guys could feel this. This is smooth. So alright guys, hopefully that, just wanted to give you a follow-up, and hopefully that this might have helped some of you out as well if you're ever chasing fisheyes. You know, obviously it's a Fisheyes, long story short, is a contamination on the surface that the coating that you're spraying over it is reacting with. Well, what I mean by reacting, I don't mean like there's a chemical reaction. It's just basically there's a contamination of surface that doesn't agree with the coating you're spraying, so it wants to separate away from that particular spot. So
one thing I would like to add here is that Fisheyes can not only be limited to contamination on the surface, but actually be contamination within the coating itself. If you've recently opened up a new pair of material or started a new batch and all of a sudden started having problems with Fisheyes, you can check the material by actually pouring it down on a piece of glass. Basically, take a piece of clear window glass, degrease it or clean it up with alcohol, and actually take the material and actually pour it down vertically on the glass and let it run off the edge. If you start to see Fisheyes form on the glass, then you know that the coating itself is actually contaminated.
I have long time ago, long before I started YouTube, I had a job that we did here where every piece that we had sprayed in the seal coat had Fisheyes. And actually had a rep out here from the place I was buying my coatings from at the time, and they had taken a sample out and poured it on glass, and you could see it instantly on the glass. And they had determined that the batch or that pail had been contaminated, so they basically had brought me out some new material so we could continue to keep going. So I'm not saying that you may never come into something where it's not actually something in the material itself, but this one was kind of a head scratcher because I had opened up a new pail of vinyl sealer and a new pail of high build solid or high solids lacquer top coat, and there was two variables right off the get-go, plus the air hose and the nozzle. So that's why I did the test on the previous video to confirm whether it's the material or if it's the actual air hose and nozzle. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Questions and positive comments are welcome. Thank you.